Mod time is here, and boy oh boy do we have an awesome mod day today. In total, 16 mods released. All platforms got 11 new and 2 updates. The PC Mac players got 1 new and 2 updates. And of those new ones, we got the John Deere 40 series, the 4020 pull-in tractor. We've also got a modded Claas tractor pack. We even have the Phiber dash chemical mixing that came out today. Oh, it's such a big pack. Oh yeah, and there's a Telehandler tool that holds 100,000 liters. It's insane. Let's jump right in. Now, starting off new ones for all platforms, we have the John Deere 40 series. It is finally here. I've got a deep dive on a separate YouTube video. I've actually just shared that on my community tab, so definitely go check that out if you want to see it. Nonetheless, we have 6 different models in here. Technically only 3, so we have the 40 series and a 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. These are available with the cabin. Then we have a version without the cabin and 2-wheel, 4-wheel drive. All the engine options are going to be the same between those 4. And then we have the 40 Series L. So this is available in 2-wheel and 4-wheel. No cabless version with those. All of these include engine options. So we got engines between 112 and 146, and on the high end, 174 to 203. Wheel brands from Trelleborg, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vredestein, Michelin, and Nokian, as well as the John Deere set. Woohoo, let's go. Then we get into design configuration. So we've got quite a few for EU, which are just going to be adding different attachments and different little bits and bobs. And then we have quite a few for the US as well. So you can go through, find the ones that you like through there. Beacon options, we do have those. However, you can have them built in if you want. So you can actually make those lights at the top useful, which is very, very cool. If I were you, I would just go with warning, because that's going to be the one that has all the blinky lights. Pretty sweet. From mounting, 3-point, although it does look a little bit weird with that. I prefer to go for a weight or nothing on the front, but you do have those weight up to 560 kg. If you need more, go the 3-point and add more. Forestry edition on all of them is a yes, and we have front loaders for John Deere, Hauer, and Quickie, as well as MX, because that is now branded for consoles. And you'll find if you go through, we do have the 4440. I know a lot of people are excited about that one. So yes, it is there. We've got some pretty interesting Trelleborg standard EU tires on there as well. And then we can chunk it out through those duals with the blue sets, which is really, really neat. As far as setups, I mean, we've got all kinds of stuff in here, which is really exciting. This is the 3rd game that we've had the 40 series at FS19, the 22. Now it is here in 25. So definitely jump in, check it out. And yes, there is a Forestry version for the cabless, which looks epic. And speaking of those cabless as well, we can add a few things to it. Of course, there's no sides or anything like that, but you can add like a top to it, which looks really good. When it comes to animations, we can open and close the driver's side door as well as the rear glass. So you are able to open and close those. Everything inside works exactly the way you would expect. Boom, 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 which is super, super nice. Pedals, of course, everything's working great through there. This tractor is an absolute classic when it comes to farming simulator, and I'm so happy it's here so that everyone can enjoy it. Now, that's not the only John Deere we got today. If you literally go right beside the 40 series, we have the 4020 pull-in tractor from EY Modding. We've got the 1300 horsepower engine in there. You can rock up to a 15 if you would like. It is definitely epic. As far as your paint scheme, we've got quite a few of these different ones you could throw on. What did that say? The coconut? Oh, Count Dracula. I thought it said the coconut Dracula. Goodness gracious. Diesel chugging Deere. We're going to go with that. Pulling parts, you've got those on the very back if you want it. And then we have the attacher configuration for low boy and high. So that's going to change up that attachment right there. Basically flipping it upside down. Now, I also have some good news, because the pull-in sled just went back into testing. I think we got a little bit of a black smoke overdrive right here. I do have a mod that increases the smoke, but that one might be a lot. Now, the pull-in sled is not out yet, but I mean, what else am I going to pull this with, right? So we got to give it a try and see. So we have a top speed of 24 miles an hour on our tractor itself, and it gets up there pretty quick with 1500 horsepower. So let's drop it down, and as soon as it starts moving, let's go, 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 go. Oh, yeah. Easy. Easy work of it, man. Easy. I've even gone for extra weight on the back, too. Or at least 1,300 kgs. Oh, it's digging. It's digging. We're starting to slide a little bit. We're sliding off to the left. right. Oh no. 4, 5. Oh, we're picking up speed. Uh-oh, that's not good. Let's see how we do now, because I have put 20,000 liters of water in it. Oh, it's doing that thing where it's like chugga 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 chugga. Oh, there we go. All right, still at 6, 5 miles an hour. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. She stalled. Finally found something that'll stop this bad boy. And from a dead standstill, it does not move. I'm trying to pull that chain off. It works, man, it works. That's so cool. Next, let's have a Claas pack. Yeah, the Claas tractor pack. This includes not 1, but 3 models in here. We have the 960, 920, the 960, 930 TerraTrack, and the Zerion 12 SE. This is a mod by Biggins, who has brought us some other pretty cool stuff. One of my favorites was their multi-grain production and multi-dairy production, but this is something a little different. Now, what do we get for all of this? Well, we've got some pretty cool colors. So as you could tell, this is a little bit of a different green than we're used to seeing. It is the metallic Claas green. If we changed it over to the regular Claas, you can see it kind of brightens it up a little bit, and it's, I don't know, less like, you know what I mean? Something like that. We also have the metallic colors in all of them. That metallic Claas white looks incredible. We've also got a metallic blue in there, red, sky blue, metallic turquoise. I think we all know what that is. And we even have a custom onyx, which is my favorite black color. These are great. Absolutely epic. As far as options go, let's go through these quickly for each tractor. We have between 325 and 530 on the wheeled Claas Axion. Wheels from Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, and that is it. We do have a nice narrow twin set and chunky boys as well. So plenty for everybody in there, which I'm very thankful for. We do have some window tinting, which goes all the way black. We got all the beacons you could ask for, which is very cool. And then accessories. You got tools, lunch. Of course, you got to have lunch. Actually, I'm really hungry right now. You can also change up the roof, the frame, the exterior trim, the fenders, fuel tank and trim, interior trim, seat, and rim colors. Goodness gracious. That is a lot. Do we have chrome? That is chrome blue. That's beautiful. Chrome white. That's chrome turquoise? Chrome turquoise. Should see pretty much the exact same stuff right here. We have the same engine options, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vredestan, and Nokian. So we do have more wheel options here. It's not going to change the track, but it is nice to see a wide tire option. I'm a big fan of the regular tracks with a wide tire in the front. Just kind of evens it out. I don't know. I also saw something like this in Virtual Farmer's thumbnails, kind of back in the day whenever Claas was first released, and kind of fell in love with it. It was just stereotypical of farming simulator, and I loved it. There you go. Nothing else. Beacons and accessories and colors are going to be the same through here. However, we'll have a little bit of a different setup for this guy, which is my favorite, and I'm definitely going to have to get one of these at some point. We have this in US and EU versions, which is kind of show it off for the US here, since over 50% of you guys are from the US. Engines for 585 up to 730, so we got chunky on there. Wheel brands, you have Claas, and we can also put wheels on here too, so Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vredestan, and a Nokian set. It is nice to see these, and we have a broad set of crawler tracks too. So, chunky boys engage. But if you're like me and you like a nice big dual set, we got those as well. Plus wheel weights. That's nice, man. You got like everything on here. Love it. Front weight, you've got that up to an 800 kg weight, or sorry, 3,400. Sorry, 18's as low as it goes. So you can add all of those. Some additional weight, should be seeing this in the very back. And we'll bump that all the way up to 2,000. Window tinting, you've got those, of course. Beacon options, same as before. Accessories, tools, can't forget about your lunch. Where's the lunch, by the way? Tools, no accessories. Both of them. Lunch. Where's lunch? Oh, water bottle goes in the side, and we have our lunch box on the buddy seat. Sweet. And of course, all the colors you could ever ask for. Oh, and one more thing, all of these tractors are prepared for precision farming. Not done yet, because we got the Merlo Multifarmer 44 9CS 170 CV-tronic DJ's brain hurts. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. On here, we got 140 liters of fuel. Don't know why I started with that. 170 horsepower variable transmission, 24 mile per hour max speed, and it weighs 9.5 tons. Goodness gracious. Trelleborg Michelin Continental BKT Vitastein tires. And we can even change up the Continental a little bit. Those look very good. And we got main color setup, design color setup, which is going to be our rim hub only, I guess. And then we have wheels as well. It is having all colors unlocked, so you've got all colors unlocked. Big fan of these. Love it. Do we have a 3-point in the back? We do. This thing's just about perfect then, ain't it? One thing that this does have, so we've got increased dumping angle, so the front is going to be able to tip down a little bit more. The color configuration, of course, as we mentioned, and the interactive control. So this does have IC. Unfortunately, when it comes to using a controller with it or a mouse and keyboard, that is not going to be the case, so you will have to have IC turned on. Ooh, man, that thing flips around backwards on itself, doesn't it? In our last vehicle today, yeah, we got 5 of them. The JCB 325T skid steer. Very, very cool to see this one. 74 horsepower, 103 liters fuel, 8 miles an hour, 5.5 tons. It is available with track and track only, and we've got safety frame, which could be added on to it. Move it over to tools now, and we have something extremely cool for you guys. This is the Phiber chemical mixing system from BC Beulah Farms. We had it in Farming Simulator 22, and now it is back. And the pack is bigger than ever. There's so much in here. Basically, here's what you need to know. First off the bat, some, if not most of this stuff, is just components for your primary trailer. So, for example, right here, we've got a pre-assembled 45-foot dash trailer. Pre-assembled for you, ready to go. Then we've got another one right here, the pre-assembled 50-footer. So it's already got the stuff on it. If we move over, we have the exact same thing in the 50-foot dash sprayer deck trailer, where the back will fold open and you can load up a sprayer and move it from point A to point B. And lastly, we have the 45-foot simple version. And if you're curious, the simple might actually be the one that you want to go with if you don't want to worry about having to mix stuff, because as we can see down at the bottom left hand corner, it is not configurable and is not capable of mixing. So just a heads up through there, we can see we've got our capacities through here, liquid fertilizer, water, and herbicide. However, everything else does not have all that because we can mix. Then we've got our different trailers up here. So you got a 45-foot step deck. You've got the 50-foot step deck. We also have a gooseneck here. So a couple different ones. We've got one with hydraulic rams. We've got an X2 flatbed. So you can throw that on the back of any truck that has an X series attachment. And then we have the steel drop deck and our Rion drop deck from Load King. So we do have multiple different ones. Then we get into the mixing stuff. So these are our mixers. We have a 4x4 and a 1x4. What these will do is actually take in all of your stuff that is in the tanks and mix it together and turn it into liquid fertilizer or herbicide, which is very cool. You can kit it out with a hose reel or a boom system, which is very, very nice. And of course, you can also change the color, so you don't have to have orange if you don't want to, although I think the orange looks pretty cool. This one does the same thing, although it is much smaller. Then we get into the cage, which is really just that. It is a cage. We do have straps, and you could put stuff in there. Tote deck, same thing basically through there. Water pump. If you're pumping stuff, you will need a water pump. So that is cool. And then we've got a bunch of tanks, which could be thrown on there. And with those tanks, they will snap in, as well as a shoal spawning seed runner, just like it did back in Farming Simulator 22. You can see it right here on a dash trailer, actually. Now, when it comes to mixing stuff, we've got a herbicide tote right here, which has basically got your premix herbicide. You mix this with water and you can do that. We've got it in jugs. And then we have the soluble fertilizer, which mixed with water makes liquid fertilizer. And if you're like, whoa, hang on, wait a minute, I'm confused. Well, there's actually some help, and it's actually in the help menu. So we have lots and lots of different things here that shows you how everything works, from using the trailer, assembling the trailers. If you want to put something different, maybe you want to use a smaller thing or use that X2, well, you could do that as well. And then the functions, like what each one does, what each piece is actually for, like the water pump, for example, used to unload whatever's in the tanks with no mixing function. So it's kind of this, but it doesn't mix, so it just loads and unloads. It's kind of neat, huh? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you everything kind of at its basic form. So I've got the 45-foot trailer, and we've gone for the hose, the thing that goes out, not the reel. Yeah, the other one. And we're going to be making liquid fertilizer. However, you could do the exact same thing for herbicide as well. So what I want to do is we want to jump in here, and we just want to scooty poot over up at the top. So we got up here different things that we can control and select. So for example, we've got the trailer itself, we have the front tank, the back tank, then we've got a cage in the very front. Then if we move back a little bit, now we're on the Phiber mixer, and then you can also select the back cage. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna select the tote deck, and we are just going to unfold it, that way it opens. From there, I wanna grab some soluble fertilizer, so we'll take that, we'll buy 2 of those. They are quite expensive, so be aware. But you're also gonna be making an absolute ton of liquid fertilizer with this. So we'll take it, we'll put them up in here. Probably could have done it from the other side. You can also load these with anything. So there's that. I'm just going to load them by hand. You can put them on top, put them inside, put them on the trailer. Just make sure they are here. Once we've got those, I can go ahead and fold that back up if I wanted to, but I'm going to click down on the left trigger to load up. So as you can see, it loaded those up, and now I have water-soluble fertilizer. Sweet, but there's something else that I need. I need water. So this mod actually comes with a fast water fill, so we are going to utilize that for ourselves. So we're going to take this, and we're going to put it, I don't know, right there. Right there's fine. It's like the only placeable we got today, actually. And we are going to fill up the front and rear tanks full of water. That way, we've got all our water. And then once all of that's done, there we go. Oh yeah, whenever you click to load it up, it's going to load up like 260 liters or something. It's very quick. It's filling up the dash, but we want to just click that twice. So there's our front tank there. We'll go and select our rear tank. Pull forwards. Oh, a little bit too far. We're all right. And we'll load that up. Oh yeah, and by the way, you don't actually have to have those loaded up on the deck. You can load them just from the side. However, here's the thing, and I actually just accidentally made this mistake myself. I'm just gonna take that, put that up there, right there, yep, that'll work. Strap it down, there we go. So we have a couple different unloading methods. The first one was the wrong one that I chose. You see it says pipe out 1, water-soluble fertilizer? Don't choose that. Choose pipe 2, because we're gonna get a lightsaber that pops up behind it, and from there, we can adjust where the lightsaber goes. Ha ha ha! Now what the lightsaber is gonna allow us to do actually is unload from this, and we create our liquid fertilizer from there. And I am choosing this, the Fendt Rogator. Hopefully this works well. I didn't do any pre-testing with this, so we'll see. So what that lightsaber is supposed to do is to tell you where the fill point is, and it is quite precise, so we may have to piddle around with this a little bit. And now that we've got it, we just jump back over to our trailer right here, and it will fill up. So you can see we did nothing. It fills up automatically, but you will need to be in your semi truck for it to actually work. We got too many vehicles today. And that's it, man. Like, as long as you've got water and your soluble fertilizer stuff and your lightsaber's in the good spot, you're good, man. You are good to go. I'm gonna just empty this out real quick just so you can see. So we'll go with none again, back it up. It looked like about right here was the right spot, and then as soon as I jump over, you can see it's filling up. So water soluble fertilizer is going down, and that's why we like to have extra on there. Boom, that's it. It just works. So again, make sure you're in the dash. If you pull under it with a spray or something, it is not going to unfill until you go boop, just like that, and then it'll work. All right. I could probably make a 50-minute video talking about the Phiber dash, and maybe I need to. However, at least for now, we're going to move on. From EY Modding, we have the John Deere 148 and 158 front loaders. So we can actually choose between the Quickie and the John Deere setup for this, because some things don't come with a John Deere attachment. So there is that. And you got those. So now we have some smaller front loaders that we can actually utilize. And we've even got this guy. So you could throw the bell spear on there. It worked just fine. Or use it as a bucket, 900 liter capacity. Additionally, it's showing a capacity even when we've got the bell spear on there, so hey, that might be kind of fun. Might do some interesting stuff with it. Next, we got some pretty cool stuff. This is the Telehandler tools with camera. So what this does is it adds a camera to this. So you've got decal on there as well, so you can add your lizard. We also have 100,640 liter capacity. Jeez, or 10,000. Goodness gracious. That's awesome. We also have bell fork, pallet fork, manure fork. That's all the way up to over 100,000 liters as well. Log fork. And then we've got a bell grab here as well, which does 125 and 150 centimeter bells. I really want to put this thing to the test. Oh boy. Let's do this. It's got to be toothpaste, doesn't it? I feel like it would have been weird if we didn't use the telehandler that came out today, so we're going to utilize that. We got the new turbo farmer here. Let's back it up. Let's hook up to it. Boom, got it. And then if we jump around, you see, now we have a new camera. And we can zoom around in it, go up and down. Let's see if we lift this up. Our camera goes up, and we can even look under it. That is pretty cool. Let's add some pretty interesting stuff to this. Let's see. So number one, wheat. That is an insane amount. 100,000 liters of wheat. I wonder where I can dump this. I can dump this on like the floor over here, right? Oh yeah. Let's take this here and we start to dump. Oh, it dumps fast as well. 80,000, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. Man, that's what I'm talking about right there. I gotta dump the whole thing out now, don't I? There you go. There's 100,000 liters of wheat. Eat your hearts out. Next up, we have some older Reisch trailers. So this is the Reisch RD-Pack. I say older, at least they look older to me. With these, we've got different capacities, 16.5, 15, and 13. We're going to show off the smallest one today. A couple different wheel brands, which is always good to see. Love that. BKTs, let's go, let's go. Mud guards, you can go no. We've got front and back, or just the back. Cover is a yes or a no. We get that yellow cover. However, you can change it to a gray. Main colors are going to be the green or the blue, and rim colors. Hope you like red or gray. To be fair, they look great. We do have a hitch on the front and the back, obviously, so you can tag team these if you want. All the way from Farming Simulator 17 or 15, I can't remember, the Horsch Seed Shuttle. This bad boy will hook up via a telehandler front loader, either one, and you can change up the color on here, and it will hold all of your standard auger wagon crops. You may remember using this way back in the day. Well, it is back. And our last new one today for all platforms, the Gyrax Cultivator Pack. These are available in a 4.1 all the way up to 6 meter, and then we got a 5.4 and a 4.7 in between. As far as horsepower, 170 horsepower up at the top end, 3.4 tons, 9 miles an hour. I think that's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty lightweight as well. So you get yourself like a nice 200 horsepower tractor, throw on a 1-ton weight on the front, and you got yourself a pretty nice cultivator and fairly cheap as well. All right, rocking and rolling now over to updates for all platforms. We do have the Volvo FH 16 pack from HR Force. Now, we talked about this in Farm Sim News, but be aware, the vehicle that you have in the game right now must be sold, and you need to buy a new one in order for all of these changes to take effect. So, it is version number 2. Chrome has been added to various color choices. We have a movable fifth wheel added, engine data adjusted, 8x4 chassis has been added to the electric version, single or double tail lights now available in the shop, adjustments from patch 1.11 and the MB Trucks DLC, more chassis have been added, fix the bug inside sticker, various small changes. Vehicle numbers added to the cab for contractors. Fire trucks have been added. Additional attacher for their swap bodies. Fifth wheel coupling automatically hides. And we have an additional attacher for the Powfinger Universal L crane. And your only other update today is for the Forestry service trailer from Carl TG. Short update, version 1001. They fixed the car attacher offset and fixed the trailer sliding. And lastly, today we've got a new one for PC and Mac players, the AgriBumper. Now, most mods are, purchased in here. However, when we go into the AgriBumper, it's just a toolbox. But the toolbox is actually pretty cool. Got that out here. It is actually a toolbox, so you can work on stuff that's around it. It's pretty neat. Now, this is added to most standard vehicles in the game. So I'm just going to use the Massey 7S right here. We've got AgriBumper over on the left-hand side, and we can add that in. So boom, we got that one. We've got the Extra, which has the toolbox in there already. It's kind of nice. Then we go with a 700 kg weight, 900. We got the 900 with the box, and then 1200, 1400 Extra. The Extra again got the toolbox on there. Yeah, you basically have a mobile workshop that you can take around with you all over the place. Now, as far as I know, it's not everything, and it doesn't look like it's everything either. For example, some of those things didn't have it. However, this has it, and you can see the colors already match up, which is very, very nice. So if we go in here, for example, it is set to Zitter Red, but we could change it up to a green or whatever you want. So it is nice, and we've also got color that we could change up for the weight as well. Boom. Go down here, AgriBumper main design and AgriBumper weight. So plenty of things to choose through there. I was kind of curious at first why this was PC and Mac only, because we already have this out. It's all platforms, but this is something completely different, although it looks the same. And yeah, like I said, if you go with the Extra version, you get one of these, or you could just buy it separately and, I don't know, take it around with you, I guess. I'm not quite sure how you transport that, but they added it anyway. We'll just put that right there. Yeah, see? Disappeared. Lastly, today we have updates for PC and Mac players with map Dedelow X4 In GDR version 1.1. Map edge collision updated, map edge reworked, paintable textures added, fixed the collision on buildings, added license plates, reworked the railroad crossings, AI traffic enhanced, fixed the paved path collisions, added garages made usable, all garages made usable, sorry, AI license plates adjusted, and decoration enhanced. And lastly, we have an update to the Royer Seed Hopper. This is version 1001, fixed collision of the extension. And there you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like on it if you did. Get subscribed if you're new, and join DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. If you missed the video this morning talking about fishing for the Highlands expansion, we've already got that out. We talked about fishing on land and at sea. It's a pretty cool blog, so check that out. Otherwise, have an awesome day. Enjoy playing with these mods. What a great mod day today. We'll see you in the next one.